All right, y'all. So now it is that your girl's recording. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into this next damn reaction, shall we? Now, Loesta, shout outs to you, gang. Why hip hop doesn't respect Cardi B? Cardi B is being talked about as of right now solely because of the and like, may I added this, like her outfits for Paris Fashion Week was absolutely on on point. But as of recent timing, her finally going ahead and saying, "Listen, I'm done with this man Offset," which I'm glad. I am glad of this. Glad of this. So let's see what Lois is talking about within this video. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this next video. Let's do it.
At one point, Cardi B seemed like she was about to become the new queen of hip-hop. With just one album to her name, she had already accomplished things that seasoned vets like Nicki Minaj never had.
Oh man, the fact that you were putting Barty Gang and then the Barbs and like and meshed together like this already, and it's only 10 seconds in, very bold.
Including a Grammy Award and a solo #1 single. But from the outset of her career, there was one ingredient missing, and that was the support of the genre that made her famous. Because for a whole variety of reasons, she wasn't ever seen as a real artist. And now, things are worse than ever, leaving her whole career hanging in the balance. It's your boy Luesta, and this is why rap doesn't respect Cardi B. At the moment, it really feels like the Bronx rapper is in a new state of freefall. Much like her on-again, off-again enemy Nicki Minaj, the now 31-year-old rapper hasn't exactly been growing old gracefully. In recent years, her public life has imploded with the demise of her relationship with Offset that even led to assault charges when she caught up with a woman he'd allegedly sleep with. Elsewhere, she's been caught throwing a microphone at an audience member at a show just hours after she had done the same thing to her DJ.
Well, one thing it is that I can say about with Cardi is like she did ask people to like, because she did clarify this that she was hot, but it's the way how the girl did it. Right. The fact that you try to make 31 old is like, gang, I'm 32. Like I don't even classify myself as old. And some people like I understand what my dad's talking about, to where it's like, oh, you don't look your age, you don't look 31. This is this. It's a backhanded compliment. He's not wrong. It is because when to somebody it is that's older, 31 is so young. There's still more to life as it is. You know what I mean? But the fact of like people would try to like throw that, it's the younger generation that definitely likes to throw the fact of like 30s is young. But when I promise, when y'all get to this level of being within y'all 30s, y'all don't feel it. And then on top of that too, like there it's freedom. Oh my God, you start caring less about what some of the stuff, because there's so much of social pressures it is that is society or family or friends put onto each other in their 20s. Who told y'all had to have this figured out by 25? There's people it is within their 30s and their 40s and 50s and 60s that have a whole new direction of life. Just when it is you thought that like you have an idea of life, God lets you know it is. It's just like, hey, listen, I got something even better for you. You asked that's what YN means? Yeah, because I genuinely did not know what that meant. But with Cardi, I think I don't say it is that hip hop doesn't respect her. I feel like kind of like what it is with Halle, the same thing it is with her. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Women it is that have a level of shine, and then men come into the picture, and sometimes it is that men can get very jealous of your level of success, or they get the level of attention it is that you get when it comes with your level, your lining of career. It could happen the same thing with streaming, doing content creation, being within the limelight, being within like a celebrity, all the other stuff. Men will look at that and try to find ways of humbling you. Offset has shown in various ways, even currently when he's just like, "Oh, you my baby mom, I won." The fact that he promoted that even just lets me know everything it is I need to know about what his motive was. It was never a level of love. It was a matter of the fact of like, "Oh, I got her." Think of it like this: both of these women got pregnant in the heights of their careers. Heights. Now, both of them have broken up, or have left the person it is that they're with. But this is actually very true. Men will fuck around and try to get somebody pregnant, or they will try to humble a woman in any form of way by gaslighting her or making her feel like it is she ain't that damn pretty or she ain't all that, just so it is that he gets a level of success. But ironically enough, it is like the more the when men do these level of gaslighting, manipulative things, it makes them look ugly at the end of the day. It doesn't make the woman look ugly. And Cardi B has very much tried to be the family woman, the mother, the wife, and everything like that. And this man Offset just continues to keep cheating, continues to keep cheating. She got even in trouble, law enforcement for setting up orchestrating some stuff for girls to have a hit on two girls, two strippers, because of this man. At this point, sometimes it's best to leave these men alone. It's best to leave them alone and shine without them.
Back when she was on the rise, Cardi was billed as a feminist icon, bringing her sex-positive perspective to the industry while proving herself to be a talented entrepreneur at the same time. From defending her decision to launch an OnlyFans due to controversies over her lyrics, Cardi has relied on women to defend her when most men wouldn't. But in recent months, she's openly turned her back on them too, as her online interactions got increasingly erratic.
I am not a feminist no more. You wanna know why? Because you could get on social media and your hardest critics is women. Women are always out here looking for ways to talk shit about other women. It's like women worst enemies are women. And y'all like to be talking about that is men. No, it be y'all bitches.
I mean, she's not wrong. Cardi's not wrong here. I'm sorry. She's not. She's not wrong here. She's not wrong here. Men don't organically just talk shit about another guy like that unless there's a woman involved, or or like there's something it is that like that other man has but that man doesn't have, or like to be like on some hater shit. Niggas be doing bitch shit too, but when a woman will wholeheartedly become friends with another woman because of a common interest, and the common interest could be, the common denominator at times could be men, or it could be a woman it is that they hate, and I don't like that. That's one thing it is, like I'm big on like having friends of like, I have my guy friends and I have my girlfriends as well, but the thing that I just don't like about with that is that it becomes a level of just like, oh, did you see what that girl had on? Like, oh, she thought she was real cute with that. Like, oh, like her wig is halfway off her head too. She thought she was real cute with that. Oh, she thought she was real cute with that. Like you be sitting there like, oh, girls will be sitting there like talking shit about you, but then they smile up in your face, and then as soon as you leave, damn, I hope it is she know it is that her nigga be cheating on her. Like her nigga was in my DMs the other night. Shit. I may just link up and on the way how she be talking about him and how he be treating her and stuff like that. I may see what's up. Women be the biggest haters. I'm sorry, but it's the damn truth. And the whole feminist movement, I have my own personal feelings towards it, but the feminist movement was never something it is that us of color was supposed to adopt. It wasn't an issue within black families. It was an issue within white family households. That's what it was. The man wants to go ahead and go on to work, and then the woman stays at home with all the kids and stuff like that. That was a white woman issue. That wasn't black women issue. We was on code with each other. Us black men and black women, we was on code with each other because we kept dealing with racial issues. Now you want to go ahead and try to split in between the black family household and everything like that. We having racial issues and men issues as well. Misogyny, like shit like that don't make sense to me. That wasn't something we were supposed to be like, oh yeah, this is our issue. No, it wasn't. I agree with Cardi here.
Years in the public eye, it seems like the pressure and scrutinies of fame have gotten to her once and for all.
This is my villain era, because when I be nice, y'all still talk shit. There's a lot of celebrities that be nice as fuck, and y'all still be talking shit about them. So it's like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Y'all already made up an image of me that I'm a super evil, whatever the evil bitch, whatever the fuck. Yeah, bitch, I'ma be that, because y'all bitches getting me on my fucking nerves.
Now looking like she's ready to go at anyone who comes for her or critiques her music, including her fans, Cardi is now in a very tricky spot. But while she's publicly declared that she's entering her villain era, there are plenty of rap fans who've always viewed her as a plague on the culture, and at times, she's made it easy for them to dunk on her. But to understand this, we need to go back a little. Raised in the Bronx, Cardi B certainly has the chaotic come-up story you'd expect from a New York MC. For one thing, she had made it on her own from a very, very early age.
I ain't decided. I got kicked out of home and everything. You know, a lot of people think, oh, it's because like I was like probably bugging in the streets or anything. I just really used to fight a lot with my sister.
Older?
No, she's younger than me.
Okay.
But you know, we both got like a little heated attitude, and like we just always used to break my mother crib, everything. Like it's like, oh, bro.
Y'all was throwing it.
Then my mom's like, I can't take this anymore. You gotta leave. Every time growing up, my mom said, if y'all leave this house, and if I kick y'all out, don't ever think about coming back again. And it's like I said, like I like to prove myself. So as much as I wanted to go back, I just never went back because I always wanted to prove her something. And actually, I did went back, and I only lasted back like a week.
For Cardi, her initial fame necessarily didn't come as a musician. Instead, the former stripper was introduced to the masses as a part of Love and Hip Hop New York. Where her wild
Not beforehand. Not beforehand. Ooh. I'm sorry, Mike. Damn. She was she was a social media personality on Vine first. That's how I seen her. And she would say some wild stuff on Vine. It was like, oh, who is this girl? Like, she used to say some very wild things back in her little stripper days. Then she stopped stripping. Then she started trying to get within the music industry. Then Love and Hip Hop, and then the success. I've been following Cardi for a long time.
Personality and antics made her into a star.
I'm classy, but I could be classier.
Just as her first experiences in the show began to air, Cardi launched her music career, and before the season had even concluded, she released her first mixtape entitled Gangsta Bitch Volume 1. But in a culture where J. Cole insulted Lil Pump that in 5 years you gon' be on Love and Hip Hop, launching a rap career from a reality show isn't a great way to be taken seriously. So to begin with, the press were brutal with her.
What was the famous quote that you was gonna get your teeth taken out in the back or something?
Yeah, but I did that like, you know, like
That was a
6
long
months
time ago,
before that.
yeah.
So, you know.
And you didn't actually get your teeth taken out to suck better dick anyway, so you didn't do it. It didn't actually happen, so it doesn't matter.
After spending 2 seasons on the show, she decided to depart from the platform that initially brought her fame to focus on her rap career. To begin with, she wanted to stress that this wasn't some kind of cash grab either. She wanted to be taken seriously as an artist. I don't want people to think I became a rapper because I was on Love and Hip Hop, she said. There are a couple of songs that are on the mixtape that I did before Love and Hip Hop. It just wasn't completely perfect. It wasn't completely perfect, and everything takes time. It took me like a year to complete the mixtape. Everything I do, it takes a lot of time for me to do it because only the best sells, you know? If you want people to take you seriously, you gotta do the best. For example, my eyeshadow line. I've been talking about it for a year, and it still hasn't been released yet because it's not the way I want it to be. It has to be extremely perfect. Only great things sell. Within the space of a couple years, Cardi has gone from the stripper pole to pole position in the race to become the challenger of Nicki's throne. If that seemed like a lot of pressure, then it was about to intensify when she was signed to Atlantic Records off the strength of a free mixtape. Explaining why she decided to link up with the major label, Cardi made one of many statements in her career that would make it obvious that when it came down to it, she valued the bag way more than anything else. I had a lot of deals on the table, but like they gave me the best offer, the one that I don't have to owe them much, and they gave me a lot of money, so I took it, Cardi said. They gave the right number, so I chose them. It was significantly more than other deals. I heard a lot of good things, and they were really eager to work with me, so I was just like, if they want to give me this money, then it's because they're really gonna work hard for me. And in some people's eyes, Cardi was right, and Atlantic worked extra hard to make her career take off. But we'll get to that. First, she had to prove herself in the commercial marketplace, and it's safe to say that happened with the release of Bodak Yellow. The track undeniably became the sound of the summer in 2017, becoming the longest running #1 single by a solo woman rapper of all time. It was even such a phenomenon that it even boosted the sales of the Louboutin red bottom shoes she mentioned in the lyrics by over 200%. Since then, it's been played over 1 billion times on this platform alone. So in an instant, Cardi had gone from a novelty to a real commercial force in hip hop. And even though she knew she would never become people's favorite rapper, that didn't seem to really bother her all that much in the beginning.
I want to tell the people out there that thank you for supporting me, and if you don't, suck my dick. And I know you think because I'm a woman I don't have a dick, but I have a pink dildo in my dresser.
Why should people care about Cardi B? Why should people care?
I think you should care. Well, you don't have to care for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give you no money. I don't help you out. I don't do anything for you. I just make you laugh and entertain you. And if that's good enough for me, then you should care. If I don't entertain you, then you don't. You shouldn't care. You should move on with your life.
But from the moment that she became a mainstream star, hip-hop was already given reasons to withhold their respect. For one thing, she was hit with the allegations that she was using ghostwriters. And in case you didn't know by now, that's one of the most serious allegations that can be leveled at a rapper. It all started with Azealia Banks.
I mean, ghostwriters has been a thing for the longest time. We've talked about this on numerous facets of how many times it is that a ghostwriter has been used in R&B. It's predominantly known in R&B, country music, blues, all of that. But in hip hop, it's considered a no-no because it's all about who can spit the best. I get it. I understand that. Azealia Banks is crazy. I still side eye Azealia Banks. I still do. I still am side eyeing this woman because of the fact of the things that she does. Now, is she wrong about certain things? Yes and no. But I feel like here, it's like there's plenty of people that does ghostwriting. So that's not something it is just like that's a ill surprise to me.
Banks, who, after initially praising Cardi, turned on her when Bodak Yellow began to do a major number and left her on the receiving end of one of those infamous rants.
We know the nigga from Harlem who wrote the song. The nigga's name is Poe. He's friends with your boyfriend from jail and you fuck. They all call you a smut and say your ass is purple. I might get the nigga to write for me too. Kudos, dunce. Girl, everybody in the hood already said that you fuck for raps.
While these claims were never verified, we do know that one man who worked on Bodak Yellow was none other than the infamous wordsmith Partisan Fontaine.
Yeah,
despite Cardi's insistence that
Cardi has written quite a lot of Cardi songs. WAP, Bodak Yellow, Backing It Up. There's a couple other ones that he's written. I mean, I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. A lot of men write songs for women rappers, and that's not nothing new. That is something. That's an actual thing. It's always been happening. Look at like Lil Yachty, for instance. Lil Yachty has written for a lot of women rappers, including the City Girls itself. I'm not surprised here.
That he's more of a co-writer than a ghostwriter. People really found that hard to believe when reference tracks for songs like her third single, Be Careful, started surfacing.
Man, I thought you would've learned your lesson. Bro, liking pictures, not returning texts. I guess it's fine, man, I get the message. You still stutter after certain questions. You keep in contact with certain exes.
Man, I thought you would've learned your lesson. About liking pictures, not returning texts.
I mean, this is something that happens a lot. We talked about this even within the R&B world of how somebody will go ahead, they're underneath a label or they're known as a songwriter. The label itself would reach out to them. They would tell them, hey, listen, we need a song. We need like a written song or whatever. They'll write it. They'll record a demo, and the demo may or may not be pushed out, whatever the case is. Most of the time it's not pushed out yet, but it's usually given to somebody else. That their up and coming artist is that they need to give these the songs to. It happens all the time. Like there's plenty of people that has done this before, that has had songs given to them. So I'm not mad at Cardi about this. Do I feel like it is Cardi does right? Yes, I do. Do I feel like it is that she has help of other people? Yeah, of co-writing? Yeah. Absolutely. I believe it.
To begin with, Cardi was defiant about it and wanted to let the world know that she had bars as well. But when that explanation didn't work, and people wondered why she should be a judge on Netflix's Rhythm and Flow when she doesn't even come up with everything herself, Cardi changed tactics. Instead of trying to clear her own name, she decided to try and bring everyone else down with her.
It's the truth. Like if somebody was to sit there and say there's like, oh, they don't have writers, they have help. There is a thing called writer's block, and of course, anytime it is that you have an artist that is underneath a label, it's not even just with like helping with the writing, it's helping with the image, it's helping with like everything, getting deals and all this other stuff. It takes a whole team to go ahead and to have one person who was the face of all this. In all facets, photographers, stylists, like hairstylists, um people it is that help out with the studios, a PR assistant. You know, all of those things are all a part, and there's way more positions is involved with celebrities. There's way more positions of this, so I feel like people make this a bigger deal, but like they've never really been in a setting to where it is they've been on a team like that, or been on a team of like with media, or um been around celebrities and stuff. It takes a whole team. Trust me, it does. So I'm not mad about this.
And when that didn't work either, she once again proved that she was all about making as much bank as possible.
I like to make money. I don't really give a fuck about being lyrical. I don't give a fuck about this and that. If that shit don't work for me, I don't care. I like to make shit that's gonna make me fucking money. I like to make shit that's gonna climb me on the charts. Like, that's what I want. I wanna be on top of the charts. I wanna make money. I don't care about none of that shit.
Considering how much people love and value hip-hop as an art form, this kind of attitude was never going to get her much support from people outside of the Barty gang.
That's
but
fair.
Still, she just kept right on with it. You think I'm mad? LMAO. It's #1 on iTunes charts, right? It's #7 on Apple, right? Me and Partisan getting paid while we sleep and achieving shit? How? Why are you mad at me? And why are you mad at your life? Ghostwriting may be one thing, but this wasn't even the only way that Cardi was accused of getting help. Remember back when she said that she signed with Atlantic because they were going to work extra hard to make her a star? Well, Hot 97's DJ Funk Flex was about to lift the lid on exactly what that meant. In a lengthy Instagram post, the radio legend unveiled his feelings on her rise to fame and said that there would be some payola involved. I think Cardi is a great entertainer and has great songs. I gave my opinion when she said she was the king of New York, and when I found out she didn't write her own songs, I met Cardi and her management and I respected his and Cardi's hustle. But let's be clear, Cardi's team and many other artists in the beginning of their careers pay DJs to play records and say that they are hot. Since I never took a penny from a rapper, I'm not scared to speak on it. I have emails I've gotten from labels over the years with names and figures.
This is
Straight
true.
away, Cardi tried to discredit Flex's allegations. But when that didn't work, she started trying to play on people's sympathies. And while it may be the first time, it wouldn't be the last that Cardi would try to use her past to get a pass on present day behavior.
Today, I'm going to give the haters exactly what they want, okay? So this is gonna come out of my mouth since they want this so bad from me. Hey everybody, can y'all please stop watching my videos? Can you guys please stop talking about me? Can you guys please stop listening to my music? I deserve to be a stripper. My mom don't deserve to live in a crib. My child don't deserve to have a good life. I don't deserve no money. I deserve to be in the Bronx in 450 Woody Crest, apartment 3, some shit I forgot. There y'all go. Yeah, I got it. I said it out my mouth. I hope this made y'all niggas that talk shit about me richer. I hope this shit y'all blow it up. I hope this make y'all happy. I'm just trying to make everybody's dreams come true, even my haters. There you go.
But sometimes this backfired on her in a major way. As soon, one of her many Instagram rants taking aim at her haters and discussing her hardships led her to make an admission that has haunted her career ever since.
Niggas must have forgot, my nigga, the shit that I did to motherfucking survive. Like, I had to go strip. I had to go, oh yeah, you wanna fuck me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drug niggas up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do. Nothing was motherfucking happening to me, my nigga, nothing.
Yeah, that's something that
Me
she
and
shouldn't
money
have said.
can't see me.
She shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have said that part. That's not, yeah, that's not something that she should have said.
Niggas up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do. Nothing was motherfucking happening to me, my nigga, nothing.
After she admitted that she drugged and robbed unsuspecting men, a lot of people officially washed their hands of her. To them, there was a clear double standard at work because if a man had said anything like that, they would be outcasted from the industry.
Yeah.
But Cardi was allowed to carry on her career like nothing happened. Love everyone, completely forgot about this, and there's still people out there that support, listen, and stan her. You want a powerful female artist? There are many more out there to look up to that have done fantastic progress for the industry rather than someone as terrible as Cardi B. In fact, not only was her career able to carry on as normal, but she was about to become one of the biggest stars in the game, whether people supported her or not. Just a couple of years back, the concept of the girl from Love and Hip Hop's New York releasing a record would have been laughed at. But when Invasion of Privacy dropped on April 6, 2018, it immediately debuted at the top of the charts. Before long, it set a new Apple Music record for the most streamed album by a female artist in a single week, with over 100 million streams. With singles like I Like It and Money, Cardi had a hit on her hands, and the album would stay on the Billboard charts for over 200 weeks. But even with all those accolades,
you can't be mad at her. You can't be mad at the team. Atlantic was definitely like, oh yeah, we're gonna make her into a star. Now, Love and Hip Hop, originally it was supposed to be a level of opportunities, but then it turned into a reality of just drama and just a whole bunch of just mess. Look at it like this: of the people that used to be on there. K Michelle, she was there on the show. K Michelle had a fire career afterwards and does country music and all that. Still making music still to this day. But it took her a little bit because she was trying to get all that because she had those butt injections, you know, the silicones and stuff, and she had to get quite a lot of reconstructive surgeries and just removing the silicone out. Cardi has done the same thing. There's been a couple, like, that's a whole nother video within itself. It is that we would react to, but I can't sit there and say it is that Cardi had so much success from the show. She had the most like top success. She was on the show. She experienced it for 2 seasons, got off of it, and ended up being at the level that she is now. Not that many people can able to do that. The moment is you hear the word Love and Hip Hop, you think it is like, oh, she's one of those people, you know? Spice is another one that is that, like, I enjoyed Spice. I always listen to Spice music, even like in the 2000s. But do I feel like it is the show does her justice? No. Sometimes you got to remove yourself away from certain things. It's an opportunity. It's not meant for you to stay there for long periods of time. If you're staying there 10 plus years and veterans and stuff like that, that means you ain't got nothing else going on other than just loving hip hop. So I can give Cardi praise on that, of just being on the show, experiencing, getting the level of the notoriety and like the popularity from it, and then just moving on from it.
One would have imagined that a record like that would win a Grammy for Best Rap Album. But that's exactly what happened, with the project that had at least 3 writers on any given track, beating albums from people like Travis Scott and Pusha T, as well as the late Nipsey Hussle and Mac Miller. When the news was announced, a lot of people were heated, including Mac Miller's ex-girlfriend Ariana Grande. In a deleted tweet, she labeled the decision literal bullshit. For Cardi, this was a culmination of everything she'd worked for. But since then, it seemed like she's really taken her foot off the gas and been unable to really follow the project up ever since. Instead, most of the time you hear about her is for drama in her personal life or because of another issue with a high-profile peer. As I'm sure you know by now, Cardi and Nicki Minaj have been involved in a messy beef for years, which we've covered on this channel before. But even when all of that was going down, the Bronx MC consistently said she was all for women's empowerment in hip-hop. I really hate when people pit me against each other because it just makes me feel like I gotta move like them. Cardi said to XXL when asked about how the culture manufactures conflicts between women in the game. And I don't like moving like nobody else. Even last year, everybody was putting music out, all the females. Nicki Minaj, Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, and people were saying, oh, Cardi is over, Cardi's over. Everything that I accomplished, people were trying to erase it because new females were out. But there were plenty of rap fans who felt that Cardi's presence in the game was counterproductive to women getting the respect they deserved. Because ever since she came out, Cardi has never moved past the sexualization that populates the mainstream of the culture, and on tracks like the smash single WAP with Megan Thee Stallion, she even caused major cultural debates about the potential effect on today's youth. Ultimately, a lot of this
A fake outrage. This is a fake outrage. I'm gonna say this is a fake outrage. Why? Because we like listen. Cardi B is not the first person, and it won't be the last person. It is that puts out something that's a little bit promiscuous as a song. That is something that has always been out. Hell, you can even go back down to the 19 the 40s and 50s, and you could able to come across artists that was singing a lot of promiscuous shit back then too. Like cut this out. It's a fake outrage. I hate that. I get it to the level of with the children. You guys want to make sure it is that the children aren't listening to stuff like that. But this is where parents have to come in. Parents, guardians, and other people around you. Children don't come out the yin yang knowing about this stuff. It's what it is that it's around them. So if they're around parents, it is that are doing X, Y, and Z and listening to this type of music or talking this level of language, that's where it is that they get that from. Now, I grew up in era of Lil Kim, Trina, all the other stuff. Come on. My parents would listen to them, yes. Oh, mainly my dad. But would he be listening to the uncensored versions around with me being there and stuff like that? No, he didn't. My parents wouldn't even relatively curse in front of me like that, unless it is I pissed them off or I disappointed them. That's different. But let's be really real here. Conservative backlash and the cultural treatment of women with power is just like, come on, bro. Come on. Y'all made a whole outrage over WAP, the song. And then there's plenty of songs like, all your ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't twist, just do it. That song has been out for years. Years at this point. Years. I don't want it tonight. Eat my pussy right. That's Lil Kim. Stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me. This is a bit of a fake outrage. I'm sorry. It's a bit of a fake outrage. And it's funny when it is that I hear this all the time. I'm just like, oh, well, what about the kids? What about the kids? You as the parent need to step in and be like, all right, I don't want my child to listen to this. Or understand the levels of like what this song is a very adult content where they don't need to be listening to or indulging in. This is where the parents have to come in to play and talk to their children about with this. Please. Some of the stuff it is that y'all trying to blame it on these artists, and some of this, like, some stuff I can understand, and there's other stuff where it's just like, well, you're the parent. Oh, my child looks up to you. How does your kid knows about this? These are questions it is that I'm going to ask, and it's kind of important because parents like to not give the level of accountability of just like, hey, well, I was playing this in the car, or I was playing this at home, or this is and this. Now, there's some stuff it is outside of parents that they cannot control, especially when it is like the kids go to school. Kids who are whatever kids it is that are exposed to at home, they tend to practice those things when they're at school. Trust me. And that's where it is you really start hearing that. And now we're in the level of technology. Kids have iPads, phones and stuff. They're not even looking up to see like if the who cars is coming and stuff like that. They in their phone. I see adults that do this. Come on now. Some stuff it is we gotta take some accountability on.
Was overblown, and the lyrics were no different than what you've heard from Lil Kim or Foxy Brown in the 90s. However, what even rap fans did take issue with is that there was a little hypocrisy about it. Shortly after the massive success of WAP, Cardi was celebrating the track on IG when Culture, her firstborn daughter with Migos' Offset, walked into the room. Straight away, she scrambled to turn the track off before she could hear a word. In that moment, it looked like Cardi knew that the messages in the music were potentially damaging, and social media users were quick to call her out on the double standard. So your daughter can't listen to it, but everybody else's daughter can? Disgusting. After coming under fire for so many of her raps being sexually charged, Cardi did what she always does. Acknowledge that's where the bag is, and therefore her focus is at.
First of all, it's not even just the bag, it's what the consumer itself wants. If y'all want to go ahead and say who's responsible for hip hop not being like what it was within the 90s, it is the people, it is the consumers, it is the ears. And music is subjective. What I think is probably going to be the greatest rapper of all time may not be the greatest rapper to anybody else or to some, but y'all, the people it is that watch all of this, listen to the music and everything, y'all are who makes what song tops the chart every single time. We're all responsible for that. The TikTok challenges, putting the songs up within reels or like, a video and stuff like that. We are responsible of that. Oh, did you listen to this new album of such and such? This is and this, putting people onto it, you know, aux in the car and everything like that. Oh, I like this song. What's the name of the song? This is and this. Now you're adding more of an ear to the music and everything. Let's be clear. Y'all want to go ahead and say who's responsible for hip hop not being what it is? Why are we have so much the sexuality and stuff like that that's being talked about within these raps and the music videos and stuff? Because people make the sex sell. That is why. When people want to rap about like with some real shit, some street shit, this is and this, does it get the charts? No, it doesn't. What gets the charts? Rapping about my pussy. That's what gets the fucking charts. So when I hear people say this, it's like, who's really the responsible person here?
I rap about pussy because she's my best friend, you know what I'm saying? And second of all, it's because it seems like that's what people want to hear. I ain't even gonna front, because let me tell you something. When I did Be Careful, people was talking mad shit in the beginning, like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I expected. I expected this, I expected that. So it's like, if that's what people ain't trying to hear, then all right, then I'm gonna start rapping about my pussy again.
But while this was the case for a long time, Cardi is now facing the worst numbers of her entire career, as now even her fans are beginning to lose patience with her. At the moment, it's been over 6 years since Cardi B released Invasion of Privacy. From time to time, she teased a new project only for it to never materialize. All the while, the singles she's been releasing have been subject to diminishing returns, and chart positions have been in freefall since Up hit #1. Even working with Kanye West and Lil Durk couldn't get her back into the top 10 in 2022. In the meantime, Cardi has been taking on acting roles, releasing makeup lines, and even launching a non-explicit OnlyFans account, which reportedly made her over $45 million in 1 year. In other words, she's basically delivering anything other than her long-awaited music that her fans crave. And once again, she suggested that it was everyone's fault but hers.
Throughout this whole time, people was making rumors like, oh, she's having a problem with her label. Her label is shelving her. Her label is tired of her. They're getting more female talent. And it's like, no, they never tired of me. Okay, that's one thing. And labels, they don't give a fuck. They want you to put music out. Like, that's what they love. They want you to put music out all the time.
Right. For a while, she was going as long as 9 months without giving fans anything. And according to her, it's because she wouldn't release music unless she felt like it was perfect.
There's male artists that they will go 2 years without putting a fucking song out. And they don't be like, oh, you're irrelevant. It's over for you.
Sometimes it is that they do. Like, look at Kendrick Lamar for example. When he took like a 5-year hiatus from like posting out an album, right? They was trying to say it is like, oh, Kendrick Lamar, he fell off. Like, oh, he's a conscious rapper now. This and this. It's like, y'all love to diminish people's work. Music is an artwork. Music is like being able to go ahead and to rap or to make music or to even be within the music industry within itself. Like, that's already a lot as it is to do this. Not everybody can able to handle this. It's the same thing as streaming. People like to sit there and say it is like, oh, well, if I was in her shoes, I would have been did this and this. So do it. Go ahead. If you feel like it is that you could do this better than somebody else, go for it. Now, if it works out for you, kudos for you. But if it doesn't work out for you, then now I need you to really go ahead and think about what goes into a level of a body of work. People have to understand it is that music, getting new beats and new ears and stuff like that, that takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of an ear that I do not have. Trickster, Zom, and a couple other people it is who can listen to music and be like, oh, I can mix and master this and create this into a new beat and stuff. And, or a team of people it is who write and put like a 16 together. That's a talent within itself. All of that takes a lot of time. Nicki Minaj with the Pink Friday 2. Look at how long it is that took. That took a lot of years. Hell, fucking, we are still waiting on a goddamn Rihanna album. And Anti is almost about to be a decade. Y'all shitting me. Y'all like, come on now. I think it is, most of the people it is have been, except for the new rappers like Glorilla, Lotto, and a couple other like female Megan Thee Stallion has been like constant with putting out music, but this year itself is like for the top of the charts. It seems like nobody's charting. And that's even for me to say that, even for like Megan Thee Stallion as well. I loved her album, but it's like nobody itself is kind of like, it's kind of just going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, you know? So let's be clear here. Let's be fucking clear here.
Me, I didn't put out songs for 9 months, and it's like, oh, she's irrelevant, she's over, she's a flop. We told you that, and I'm like, yo, that type of shit started to get to me, like crushing me. But it's like, I'm not gonna let that shit get to me to the point that I'm gonna put out a song that I'm not really in love with.
But as the release of her September 2023 single, Bongos, showed, Cardi may have lost the ability to know what's a hit and what isn't. Her second team up with Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B looked to replicate the success of WAP, and considering how worried she looked before it was released, she seemed to know it could be a make or break.
I am so nervous. I feel like I want to like throw up or something because it's like singles coming out. I feel really good. I feel really confident, but like I'm just so nervous because it's like you know that I'm always nervous. You know that I'm always nervous. I know.
For no reason.
I've seen you guys complain for months and months and months. Not gonna lie to y'all, like you guys been hurting my feelings, but I understand that you guys been frustrated with me. So I wanted to make sure that I do this right for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
As it turns out, she had plenty of grounds for concern, as fans just weren't eating it up like the way they did with WAP back in the day. The subject matter is tired.
Back in the day,
over-sexualization is old. I listened to the song once, but I won't listen to it again. It's just more of the same with this new single. Cardi needs to expand her artistry and explore new topics if she's going to have lasting power in the industry. Rapping about sex and how good she looks every time is just not gonna cut it. Peaking at number 52 on the Spotify charts, fans just weren't moved by it at all, and neither were longtime Cardi supporters like Joe Budden.
Remember I said all the top artists make songs like a science project, like AI made it? That's what this sounds like. This beat is undeniable because it's already worked. This is a beat that has worked. So we're gonna put two of our biggest women rappers in the world on it, talking their normal shit. But I don't think this song is gonna work at all. I hate this song. I don't think this song's gonna work.
In recent months, like, Joe Budden has...
Like, I heard him say, like, back in the day, like, gang, wasn't it just a couple years ago?
been a vocal critic of Cardi, arguing that the real problem is that she just doesn't want to release an album.
Cardi B is afraid, and I'm tired of just nobody saying. Cardi B is scared to come out. It don't take this long to come out. They recently just found every year where she plugged that she was coming, dating back to 2019. It's like 6 different slides in different years of you saying, hey, I have something coming. Even this freestyle was previewed a year ago.
But as people like Joe have been giving their viewpoints on where she's at career-wise, Cardi, maybe sensing that her lucrative career might be in danger, just keeps lashing out with rants like this one she delivered after the release of her song Enough.
So I'm always working and I'm hungry. I'm working like it's not even 2017. Fuck 2017. I'm working like I'm in 2016 and I have something to prove. Y'all niggas is mad at that. This shit ain't luck, nigga. This is work, nigga. I don't got a patience to be on nothing. I'd rather chart low just so I can know what my fans like or not, what they're gonna react or not. But fortunately, I charted high because this is what motherfuckers want to hear. Bitches be talking, mouth be bigger than they pockets. I'm pretty, I'm litty, I'm running this city. I'm shitting on bitches in every department. There's niggas that haven't even been liking my record for a whole year. Even Joe Budden don't even, that nigga hates me. Even him said that this song was fire. Even him, why would he lie to me? Why would Joe Budden lie to me? He don't even fucking like me. He didn't like my last record. How people that don't even fucking like me saying that this record is fire?
As she's gotten increasingly unsure of herself, Cardi has continued to taint hip-hop's opinion of her by lashing out at the female rappers she once claimed she wanted to empower. During her ongoing feud with Bia, she even claimed that she would sue her over a diss track over claims that she had cheated on Offset, which was maybe the least hip-hop thing you could possibly do.
Hey, listen, hey. It may not be the least hip-hop thing it is to say about somebody, but shit, I feel her. I feel her. Cardi is a person that is like to go ahead and put a cease and desist on somebody. I will be the same way. You think it is? You gonna absolutely talk shit about me, slander me in any type of way, or my family or anything like that? Nah, You may have to see me and my attorney in court, goddammit. You might have to. There's some people it is now that still subtweeting me to this day, and it has either been months or years at this point. And what is that gonna do? It doesn't do any level of a stain on the things it is I'm gonna do today. I'm still gonna get up, do my videos, go to the gym, eat, play my fucking video games, and start my stream up. You know, so at the end of the day, it is just like, listen, if you want to go ahead and spread like some nasty rumors and like some stuff like that, like BA ain't had no business doing that. No business whatsoever. And there's not a law to say it is that you can't. There's not a law to say this that you can't sit there and sue somebody. If I can go ahead and sue somebody for $1 in the United States, then fuck it. I can go ahead and sue somebody for sitting there and defamation of character, goddammit.
Nasty. It started very nasty, very aggressive. I was coming at her and she was coming at me. Then I called her back because I'm so appalled at the fact that she thinks that I'm copying her or that I'm stealing from her. Because there's nothing that she do that I like. I don't like her music. I don't like her style. I don't like how she look. I don't like nothing about her. I don't even see the bitch.
Intent on talking like she's the queen of rap is at the point where fans have really had enough. Because while she may be a household name, she's ultimately not contributed enough to the music world to be held in any high esteem. I know one album in 6 years ain't talking. Now she's moved on to Ice.
I know somebody with not an album is sitting there trying to comment. What are we talking about here? One album in 6 years, but there's a song, a Bodak Yellow, that has over 1 billion fucking plays. That album, Invasion of Privacy, still hits to this day. That shit went platinum. The fuck is we talking about? It's stuff like this. Like, sometimes freedom of speech shouldn't be freedom of speech. It shouldn't be. Someone literally said, I know one album in 6 years ain't talking. Okay. Let me see how many albums it is you can able to do. Go ahead and get and sign with the record label, Atlantic Records to be exact. And let's see how many albums it is you're gonna go ahead and do underneath that deal, and how many records sales it is you're gonna be able to get. I feel like people talk very powerful because it is they don't have the idea to what it's like to do this. So it's weird that people say stuff like this.
Spice, after several subs, apparently surfaced on her album Y2K. Once again, she started talking like Nicki once did when Cardi was on the come up. These bitches have absolutely lost their mind. I'm getting all my lickbacks on my album though, on each one of you bitches.
Period.
These bitches can't see me in numbers or status, Cardi continued. Y'all had way too much time to catch up. Can't see me in money, can't see me in real estate, fashion, and can't see me in person either. I'm not in a rat race with none of you bitches, and I'ma show y'all. By now, her fans and critics have heard it all before in terms of promises of new music. Instead, Cardi keeps focusing on old glories, and as a result, each rant like this is met with absolutely savage responses. Your album that's never coming out, you can't even get your man back.
That, yes, you can. The fact that this is a Nicki Minaj fan page is even worse. Like, you're saying it is like, oh, she can't get her man back. Her man was the one sitting there saying is, oh, can I able to jerk off with you on the phone? Clearly it is. She can get her fucking man whenever she wants. It's a matter of, does she want to deal with somebody that's constantly sitting there being a manipulator, lying to her, cheating on her and all that other stuff, or even worse, trying to impregnate her to humble her ass even more with more kids. Come on, let's be fucking for real. This is why I don't like the whole like Barbie communities doing stuff like this. Like, you're a fan page, babe. The person that you look up to, her man can't even go to a fucking school within 10 feet. Let's count your blessings, babe. Let's not do that.
At this point, it pretty much seems like Cardi is backed into a corner. The audience wants an album, but when she does release a track, it's not met with the same response because she's refused to evolve. And when she does go back to the hypersexual angle, as she did with her new feature for Rob 49 with On That Money, it just seems like a rehash of the past. Zero talent, just nudity and gibberish. But instead of acknowledging
Zero talent, nudity and gibberish, but still has a lot more money it is than everybody else in the room. I'm sorry, some people are being a bit too critical with my girl, and I can't sit there and say there's some stuff that is I can agree with Cardi and then be like and there's some other stuff that is like I can't agree with that, like she shouldn't have said that. But y'all being a little too critical. Sometimes it is like with certain comments and stuff, you can't pay those things too much of mind because everybody feels it is that their comment or their opinion matters in some form of way, and sometimes it is that it doesn't. Some comments be helpful, and some comments it's just not.
Acknowledging that it's up for her to make a change, she's routinely aimed at her own supporters, labeling them as pussies and even fat shaming them. Hollering cause you feel hit? No, it's just annoying. This means a lot to me and it's always a complain and crying with this pussy ass fan base. See, the problem is that you want to create a cult and I'm just too real for that. No, the problem is that you was even complaining when I was dropping music as well. Always got some shit to say with your 3 neck rolls. All in all, it seems like Cardi is in a spiral that she just can't get out of. And rather than focus on her blessings, it's gotten to the point that she can't even accept an award which crowned her as an inspiration without going off on everyone.
I'm really my biggest critic, and I always say this: nobody have it harder in the industry and in every genre harder than a female rapper. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you gotta have the best verses, and not only that, you gotta kill the charts. And then on top of that, your personal life gotta be perfect, or then the op bitches is gonna use that against you. Oh, your husband, shut up. I make more money than all the niggas you fucking. Okay?
I mean,
So you know, sometimes it's hard to be yourself. It's hard to want to impress yourself in the music, because sometimes I don't like showing weakness in my music, because it's like, you can't see the pussy in me, bitch.
Now, she's giving reasons for even those who did respect her and her contributions to hip-hop to start to distance themselves from her. Facing sky-high expectations for her next album and no accountability for the many, many ways in which she soured hip-hop's audience's opinion of her, Cardi has a real uphill battle if she ever wants to reclaim a career that a lot of people already think has lasted way longer than it should have. The question is whether she even wants it badly enough, or if she's ever made the money she's craved and can't rekindle the passion that made her into a superstar in the first place. In a lot of ways, what Cardi B is currently facing at the moment is in keeping the state of female rap generally as it begins to decline. However, if you want to learn about the decline of female rap as a whole, you can check out the video I made about it on the screen. As always,
this was an interesting take. Now, by any means, it is the like throughout this entire video, nothing it is that I am saying here is to shit on Loesa, because W Loesa for sure, but everybody has their own levels of opinions. He has his level of opinions. I have my own levels of opinions. It's the same thing it is when he did the Megan Thee Stallion video, about female rapping and everything like that. Now, there's stuff it is that I can agree with, and there's some stuff it is that I can able to do peacefully. YouTube is peaceful. Disagree with, and we can be fine with that, But Loesa, shout outs to you, gang. Thank you so much for the video. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Shout outs to you at home, and I will catch y'all in the next video.